I'm going to talk to you a little bit about catchers and their mitt work. We've heard a lot of comments and probably worked with a lot of people that pay a lot of attention to how catchers catch the baseball in deciding whether a pitch is a strike or a ball. Some of us utilize slower timing in an effort to determine whether the pitch has crossed the strike zone, the plate in the strike zone, or whether the catcher has caught the ball and pulled it back in. What I'm going to demonstrate now is what we feel are acceptable techniques and those that probably are not acceptable. What I'm going to show you is, as a catcher sets up, as Jim is the right-hand hitter here, you're going to have a lot of catchers, and we see this a lot, where you've got catchers that'll receive a ball in here and actually pull the pitch back in. Obviously, if we've got slow enough timing, we want to call this pitch a ball all the time. You're rewarding not only a pitch that isn't in the strike zone, but you're telling a catcher that he can manipulate you by pulling a pitch back into the zone. If they ask, and Jim will talk about this in a little bit, but if they ask where that pitch is, most of the time what I'll say is it was inside where you caught it before you pulled the pitch back in. I will, in my pregame discussion with the catcher, ask them not to pull pitches. I'll tell them that I've got real slow timing, and that's one of the reasons that I have slow timing, is that I want to see how they catch the ball and where they catch the ball. I don't have any problem with a catcher catching a ball and just framing it or presenting the ball a little bit better. But when he moves an arm, I'm going to call that pitch a ball all the time. And that's the case inside and out, and you're going to see catchers that will catch the ball up here and pull it down. We want to encourage you to have as slow timing as possible. It's something that we think you need to work on, and don't reward catchers when they pull pitches. The other thing that we want to talk about is, as a catcher sets up, we've had a lot of instances where a catcher will set up way outside. On 0-2 or 1-2, they'll set up far outside, and they'll catch the ball right in the middle of their glove without moving. We've been calling those pitches strikes because people in the dugout can't tell either way if they're in or out. This is a pitch that's designed to be a ball. They're not trying to throw a strike in this situation, 0-2, 1-2, and we're rewarding them by calling a batter out. This pitch, as John said in the first section, is unhittable, and we want to make sure that we don't reward them. My opinion is if you will move over when a catcher sets up way outside, if you'll move over a little bit, there's no excuse of not having a great view of a ball, whether it crosses here or it crosses here. But again, our point is we don't want to reward a catcher for catching the ball right in front when he's set up way outside. Okay. The other thing that we want to talk about is how a catcher catches the low pitch. There is a school of thought that catchers should catch knee pitches, all pitches, with their thumb down in this manner. A lot of catchers are taught on breaking balls to catch any breaking ball this way to protect it from going into the dirt. We don't feel like it's at the ability level of college catchers to make them catch the ball properly in this manner, as you see a lot of pro catchers catch the ball. In John's first section about the strike zone, and in many conversations in the past, we have always discussed having a larger strike zone in college baseball than in the professional game, simply because our pitchers aren't as good as professional pitchers. The same goes with catchers. If we demand that our catchers catch every pitch exactly perfectly, we're going to have a long game. Again, we want to avoid calling pitches a strike when a catcher might go to his knees and catch a ball, or especially we want to avoid calling a pitch a strike if he reaches far across his body and makes a pitch look bad in that respect. But other than that, what we want to do is keep them from pulling pitches in. We want to encourage them to just catch the ball where it crosses the plate. And you can do this by talking with them during the game. And we want to keep them from reaching far across their body in a respect like this. I feel like if you adopt these things and don't be too critical of a catcher in how he catches a baseball, and you concentrate on the zone, as John pointed it out, you'll have a great game and progress in college baseball.